I just had myself a 0 day in Overton, hitched back out to Echo Bay, and now it's time to head into the Black Mountains and the Jimbilnan Wilderness. You know, that one just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? And hopefully today I'll climb the Cathedral Peaks and make my way down to Lake Mead and camp probably along the shore of Lake Mead tonight, which should be pretty neat. Yeah, and all this stuff used to be underwater at one point. You can see the high water mark up there where it's darker on top and a little bit lighter below. So where I'm walking used to be basically a channel that would have, you know, come up this way a bit. And because of that, all this stuff is left behind from boats. Get this old anchor, an engine here, part of an engine, a couple engines actually, maybe a starter motor. A lot of rocks, no trail. There's a herd of bighorn sheep. Yeah, there they go. Oh, they're all tiny. Little horn sheep. And there's actually a cairn at the top of this hill. I really wasn't expecting that. Oh wow, look at that ridge line. And those are the Cathedral Peaks. That's where I'm going. And the obscure places never let me down. Just because you haven't heard of it doesn't mean it's not worth visiting, that's for sure. I mean, look at this view. And this is all Lake Mead, the Arizona on the other side. So I just climbed up 1,000 feet from Echo Bay down there. So the town of Overton, where I stayed and had my 0 day, it's really spread out, not good for a hiker. And man, hitching was really tough. It took me like 2.5 hours to get back out here. It's like 20 miles. So I can see why they call it the Black Mountains. But the Jimbilnan Wilderness? What's up with that name, right? It's a story about how this wilderness got its name. This one's kind of lame. It's named for the 3 people that advocated to, you know, make this a wilderness. It was Jim, Bill, and Nancy, and they took the first 3 letters of all their names and just combined it into a Jimbilnan Wilderness. And it's got to be one of the most, I don't know, pathetic, kind of like lamest naming conventions I think I've ever heard for a wilderness. I mean, surely there's something more meaningful than that, you know, like you know, a Native American tribe that used to live here, an early explorer, you know, a characteristic, you know, maybe there's a lot of certain animal or a rare, you know, plant or just something, right? Jimbilnan Wilderness? Give me a break. No wonder nobody's ever heard of this place. So there's actually been a pretty good game trail to follow most of this way. Kind of see a trail running down this ridge here. And it's always a good feeling to, you know, look at the map at home, plot your route out the way, you know, you see it as the most efficient, and then come out here and basically have your route verified by the animals. Well, I'm starting to see why they call them the Cathedral Peaks, with jagged spires and stuff. Didn't really look too impressive on the map, but now that I'm here, I like it. Another herd of bighorns. I hope your grazing goes well today, guys. Well, I figured I'd stop here for lunch. There's really no shade anywhere else. This is like the ideal spot. And lunch today, trash bag pizza. It's a new trail name in the making, right? I got a pizza while I was in town, and I walked back into the hotel and realized, you know, pizza box isn't gonna fit in the fridge. So I went up to the front desk and I said, hey, do you have like a gallon Ziploc bag or just something I can put this pizza in and break it down? He says, well, I got these garbage bags. And I was like, that'll do. So, trash bag pizza. The last section was challenging in some ways, you know, a lot of deep sand, a lot of off trail, but there really wasn't all that much climbing. And this section got a lot more climbing, so that's going to be the challenge of this one. And what a sight. It's ridge after ridge of mountains. Oh, I just crested the top of this ridgeline, and literally right here, 10 feet below me, these bighorn sheep. I mean, they were right there. Probably sleeping, you know? I don't know how they didn't hear me. Oh, these views are just absurd. Man, this is cool. I'm trying to work my way directly this way up to those peaks up there, and you can see this ridge here in the center is going to be a bit of a challenge. Yeah, and this is what I was afraid of. I can get down to this, there's a ledge there, but you know, it's looking pretty cliffy down there. I don't see that working out. This could get interesting. I mean, from this angle it doesn't look too bad, but it's actually pretty steep, and if I can get down there, those ledges could be climbable, and then I can just, you know, work my way around. And you know, with the backpack, this is just so much more awkward. Oh. Okay. Okay. All right, making progress. Some of these rocks, though, I mean, they look like they could fall at any time. Like the slightest movement on these rocks would cause this one to dislodge and tumble down, like this one I was worried about. Yeah, see that? Holy shit. That one's ready to go. That one is, oh man, is not to be trusted. All right, you know what? Get this thing out of the way and maybe yeah, I don't know if that helps me or hurts me now. These ones. Okay. Whew. All right, down. Just climb down all that. Good job. Now I just got to work my way around this steep hillside. Where I'm going next. It's West Cathedral Peak. And here she is, West Cathedral Peak. Yeah, and that over there is going to be the Cathedral Peak's high point, which is my next destination. And then I'm going to work my way down here. You can kind of see a canyon running down there, and then another canyon. I believe it's that second one is where I'm shooting for tonight. And we just had daylight's losing time over the weekend, so just lost an hour of daylight. And I mean, I think I've got 2.5 hours of daylight here, so I'm gonna be lucky just to get down all this stuff, really. And I always thought it was kind of funny that people are excited about getting that extra hour of sleep, because for that one night you get an extra hour of sleep, you've got 6 months where you're losing an hour of daylight, and it's not a very good deal if you ask me. Check this out, little geode, like a mini geode here. It's I guess I'd say chalcedony. I mean, it kind of looks like a druzy quartz. It's such an awe-inspiring place to be, you know. I don't even, kind of at a loss for words. I mean, look at the reflection on all those whites down there in Lake Mead, you know, the play of shadows on all these, you know, really, really imposing cliffs here. I just feel really lucky to be out here doing what I'm doing and experiencing these things. Well, I might regret it later when I'm walking in the dark, but I'm pushing up to the top of Cathedral Peak high point right now, and almost there at the summit. Oh, I had some exposure. Yeah, a little bit of exposure, eh? This is the summit block right here. Probably drop my pack for this one. Cathedral Peak High Point. And just incredible. It's just so vast and barren looking, you know? I mean, you look out at all this and it's like, there's just nothing there, you know? You don't see a road, you know, there's just nothing. It's just an amazingly empty place. And just so strikingly beautiful, you know? There's the summit register. Let's see what we got. There's like 7 or 8, maybe 8 people in here. And it's crazy how many bugs there are up here. There's all these little gnats, and there's so many of them. I thought there was a drone buzzing me or something. I'm not even kidding. Look at them all. Right, where'd I get down? I think it was, there we go. Yeah. Only got an hour and a half of daylight, and I make it quite a ways away. I mean, oh shit. Well, good thing I had my gloves on. I just basically grabbed a cactus somewhere. Look at that. I got thorns. Ow. Ooh, actually, they're going through my glove. Man, I'm trying to shake this thing off or something. This glove's kind of compromised now. Probably never going to get all these things out. Oh man. Oh yeah, there's a couple in my hand now. Oh man. I don't need this right now. I got miles to cover. They're like, oh man, it's like fiberglass. They're so tiny. Well, I wasn't able to get all the thorns out of my glove. It's not gonna happen probably ever, but especially not in a few minutes here. I've just got too much to do here to stop and take that time to do it. So I'm rocking one glove right now, and I got a feeling life is about to get pretty tough. About to drop down into one of these canyons. Looks like there's a couple of spots on the map that's, you know, could be kind of steep, problematic. Oh, geez, kind of starting to doubt I'm gonna get to where I want to get tonight before dark. Haven't seen much for campsites either. You can already see some pretty cliffy stuff up there. You can see some cliffy stuff right here. Man, what a wicked landscape. Oh, tweaked my ankle a little bit on that one. Definitely don't need a twisted ankle right now. Not here. Uh-oh, looks like we got a pour off coming up. Let's see what we're working with here. We were working with no big deal. All right, that's good. I'm starting to get a little concerned that I'm not going to find a campsite before dark. I'm really hoping for here is just a nice big sandy wash. And it doesn't really look like there's any of that ahead. Bighorn sheep skull. It's pretty cool. Hopefully my skull doesn't end up down here. Oh, man, there's some weight to this guy. Whew. Look at the size of this guy. Now that guy's probably going to sit there for quite a while before anyone else finds him. I say it's a pretty wild canyon here. Gotta wonder how many people walk this. I mean, I haven't seen footsteps, cairns. So I think I'm just gonna camp here. I've got a half-hour daylight left. Really can't make it anywhere that I want to make it. So I've got a good spot to camp and an incredible, stunning view of Cathedral Canyon here. And you can really see why they call it Cathedral Canyon, Cathedral Cove. It's only got about 8.5 miles in today, but I didn't start till about 10:30 because you know, I had to hitch out of Overton. So with the train I did today, you know, I got West Cathedral Peak, and then just, you know, it was 100% off trail all day today. Hey, you know, I'm pretty happy with how the day turned out. And look at this amazing campsite, you know. Well, it's dinner time, so I'm gonna make myself this bacon, cheese, tortilla wrap here.